When you first receive your iDive housing, please be sure to read the instruction manual thoroughly. I'm going to walk you through preparing your iDive housing for use with the first stage regulator, which is how the iDive housing is shipped. I've already installed the low pressure inflator hose on my first stage. So all we need to do now is prepare the actual iDive housing for the iPad. There are two sets of bumpers included with the iDive housing. One set of bumpers fits the iPad Air. The other set of bumpers fits iPads from generation 2, 3, and 4. So make sure you have the appropriate set of bumpers. Open up your iDive housing and then place each bumper into the appropriate position inside the iDive housing. You'll want to note that each bumper has some holes and corresponding pegs to make sure that these bumpers stay in place. Once you have the bumpers firmly installed, take a desiccant pack from the iDive housing kit and place one inside the iDive housing. Now you're ready to install your iPad. Make sure that the camera port lines up with the camera on the iPad, and you can check quickly to make sure that these bumpers are all in the right place, because the iPad sits quite nicely in there. Then you can take the lid from your housing and simply close the housing and make sure that all 4 latches are securely closed. You'll hear a good click when those are sealed. So now our iDive housing is ready to attach to our low pressure inflator hose. You'll simply take the sheath back on the low pressure inflator hose and connect it to the iDive housing. It should be firmly attached. We're now ready to turn the air on in our tank. And to verify that everything is set up correctly, you can use the manual pressure adjustment valve on the iDive housing to pressurize the iDive housing. And if you watch carefully, the touchscreen, when you press that button, should inflate. That's a good indication. That means that everything is ready to go. Once you're in the water, if you find that while you're diving this bubble is a little bit too big, you can simply compress it with your hand to make it easier to work with the touchscreen. And you don't have to worry about over pressurizing the housing, because the balance module will automatically vent the excess pressure and your iDive will never over pressurize. So with that, we're ready to go. So let's hit the water and have a great dive.